And joining us now is the global head of iShares and index investments for BlackRock here at Post 9, Salim Ramji. It's great to have you in.
Thanks for having me, Carl and Sarah.
Walk us through the purpose of the product. Is to help you manage risk as you work your way through chapters of life, yes?
Yeah, it's really got two things. And look, we launched the first target date funds 30 years ago this month. And so we're really proud of bringing that first innovation to market. And we're also proud of launching them in ETF form, which we did, today here on the stock exchange. But the core of the innovation is two things. The first is the simplicity of it, which is what's the date on which you want to retire, or what's the date on which you want to bring your savings to fruition. And the second is really an automated form of professional investment management. So if your date is different than my date, the product automatically adjusts. And I think it's those two things, just the simplicity as well as the professional management, which is now available in ETF form, that we're really excited about.
I wonder who the target age is for the product, because we had Larry in a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
And one of the things he was saying is, lifespans are getting longer. Yeah. And the way you think about risk needs to change. Maybe you think about it more aggressively than you would have in the past at a given age, for example.
Yeah, well, look, the great thing is, because there are a whole series of target date funds and different people's date may be different, it isn't a one-size-fits-all. Some people may choose to get the 2050 target date ETF, and some people may have a shorter time span and they want the 2030 target date ETF, and the underlying product and the professional management adjusts. But to your question about who it's really meant for, it's meant for the 57 million Americans who don't have access to a workplace retirement plan today. And so you talked earlier about people feeling on track or not on track. And the biggest driver of that is, do they have some form of plan? And I think that the ETF, or the target date ETFs, can fill a void. Could be people who run their own small business and don't have a 401k. Could be someone who's a freelancer and doesn't have a 401k. But they want access to the same type of investment capabilities with the simplicity and the professional management that our target date ETFs now offer to anyone.
So it's an alternative to a 401k.
Well, if you're investing in your IRA, for example, or you don't have access to it because of the small business that you work in or because you just work for yourself, this is a product that can enable you to access the same professional management that you could if you did have a workplace retirement. And you can do it for as little as $25 at a time. And underneath it, you get access to more than a dozen ETFs. And underneath that is thousands of securities, so a diversified portfolio with the simplicity that you can buy on your phone.
We just had a segment from our DC reporter about fiscal sustainability. We've had a couple of candidates on the trail raise the prospect of raising the retirement age for Social Security. Do you think there'll be a moment where Americans start to freak out, for lack of a better term, about retiring? And would that make BlackRock sort of a mass market product?
Well, look, today, our target date funds that we launched 30 years ago, tens of millions of Americans already own them. And what we're trying to do with the iShares version of this is be able to access a much broader population that doesn't have access to this.
Who's probably never thought about this stuff before.
Yeah, and it's the 57 million Americans who can now have access to it for as little as $25, even if they don't work at a big company. So I hope it becomes a way for millions and millions of people to get access to professional management that up until now, only people who worked at really large companies were able to get access to. And that's the real thesis behind this. And that's why we're so excited, both here on the stock exchange as well as the future potential of this capability, because it just makes it easier and more affordable for tens of millions of Americans to save.